Hello everyone, welcome back. Just last week, I had the opportunity to play against a candidate master on chess.com. His rating is about 2400, and I just want to say a big thank you to him because he filmed his thought process whilst he was playing the game, and it's going to be instructive to compare, to contrast, and evaluate how my thinking process as a 2200 chess.com player matches up against a master, and how similar or different they may be, and how that may result in the outcome of the game. So I hope you find this to be instructive, and if you do, please leave a like and subscribe. Thank you for stopping by. So I'm starting the first game with black. My opponent is starting with the white pieces. What do I play? I haven't reviewed my opening lines.
Play c4. I think c4 maybe is a good way to play this one. So we'll enter into the proper channels of Debenko if there's an early b5, though I don't know if that's the intention of my opponent. But I am weakening my dark squares significantly here. But space is space, and it would be nice to have a nice space edge.
Okay, I think it's we're still in books so far. I'm still aware of most of this moves he's making. I'm gonna play e6 next to challenge his center, to put some pressure on his center, and we'll see from there.
Whether bishop takes knight is actually a threat in this position. Um, Suppose I disregard it and it's played bishop takes knight. I could be playing into preparation. Thing is, though, principally that's not a good move to make a fianchetto and then just to give it away right after you do that. You've invested 3 moves to take my knight. So I just can't believe that it's a good way to play. Is the doubled c pawns that horrible? I mean, it would be bad if they're targeted. So who can target them? The queen on a5. That's one piece. But who else can get to them is the question. So knight a6. The b pawn. Coming a c3 pawn would stop that knight from targeting those pawns. You can go knight d7, b6 to target the c pawn, and then the queen and the knight working together to target the c pawn. I should be able to defend that one. So I think I'm going to go ahead and just let my opponent take if they want. So that means I can play something else. E4, maybe it's too many pawn moves. But e4, knight f3 looks okay. Maybe we'll play a knight f3 here. And we'll just let my opponent take if they want.
In these positions, you play e6. But I'm sort of worried about, say, if he takes this way, do I take back with the pawn instead? So if he goes bishop f4, I'll go there. But then he takes, I lose a pawn, isn't it? Can I take on there? Takes back. Can I take on there? Takes back. Can I go e5? Is there a weighted move I can make? Can I go probably knight f6? I like knight f6. Then e6 afterwards. So there's a particular setup I'm looking for, but I don't think I'll be able to achieve it. He's played the opening quite in a nice way, I must say. Usually they push all of everything, and it's a lot more easier to play against. But now he's he's played a very good. I wouldn't say it's a weighted move, but it's a very flexible move that doesn't reveal the setup he's going for, because he could play this or he could play this. And if I'm being honest, I sort of forgot what I should play against this, to be fair, which isn't a good start for this match. Is Queen A4, Queen A5 a move? Can I? Okay, I'll just go knight F6, I think. So now I'm sort of thinking, is he gonna go back to the usual line where they play e4, or is he gonna hold? Okay, he does play e4, so now we're back in the opening. But the difference is because he didn't play e4 first, I've sort of played knight f6, and now my plan was to go e6 first, then put the knight there. Well, he withheld this move with this very lovely flexible move, but I think it's still about fine. I think still about fine. I'll just castle my king and see how it goes.
The question is, will my e pawn come under heat? So bishop e2, e6. Maybe try to open up the e file for the rook. But d3 just looks like the wrong square, frankly, in these positions. Similar to a King's Indian classical where the bishop is better on e2. I think the bishop would be better on e2. So go ahead and do this, bishop e2. There we go.
So I can gain access to this square. But the difference now is my knight instead of an f6. So I'm sort of wondering how much difference that makes to this opening structure. So now do I go e6? If he takes, what do I take back with? Because e6 leaves this guy very undefended on this half open file. Nah, not quite undefended, but it's going to be critically weak, and it's not going to be very good, is it? Did I play this and so the difference is in the King's Indian, I haven't committed to this move yet. Like I had the option of playing either one of those moves, but now the difference in this line is I have. So I've already got c5 in without the knights being over there. So I can feel that that does make a lot of the difference actually. Do I have a plan of getting my knight there? But after this, what to do? Do I want to play the bishop over there? Probably goes there. Then I exchange it off. Perhaps that's a move. So bishop g4.
I'm going to castle here.
Knight out.
I don't feel like I need to provoke
for
bishop takes knight. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen. So we'll just go ahead and allow it to happen. And this is an interesting position. If I really want to preserve my knight right now, here, I could play knight to d2. But I'm not sure I want to do that. I feel like a good strategy in this position is to play h3. So let my opponent play their plan. Okay, so they want to play bishop takes knight. So bishop takes knight. And then supposedly play knight e5 to attack my bishop. It just goes back to the square e2. And then what's the gain from my opponent here? So what's their next plan? What's their idea in that position? So I think h3 is a good idea. And maybe I should expedite matters here. Can I get in a move that is even better than h3? I don't know. So bishop e3 something. Maybe bishop e3 is not right move. It blocks and clogs up the e file. Maybe I don't want to do that. The bishop is susceptible to attack sometimes on e3. Weakens my queen side. So I feel like I should just maybe in this position try to clarify. I'm not fearful of this trade. Is there a way I can exploit my opponent's moves here? I don't think so. I don't really want my queen on e2, and I don't want my knight on c3 on e2. So by moving my knight away, I'll be putting one of those two pieces on e2. I don't like it, so let's just go ahead and play for it. And we'll pre-move bishop takes knight.
Because now if the knight is no longer there, I can try get f5 in. But now I don't want to go in there too soon, once again, because after the bishop drops back, I'm inviting f4. So I think now this is my chance to get in f5. So I'm gonna drop this one back. I want to play f5. Is he gonna play something like g4? That if he plays g4, then I can go there, no? Well, I can play f5 anyways. Takes, I take back, and we have
So there we go.
madness on the board.
And f5 is coming.
Chaos on the board.
And I feel like I need to, in this position, take bishop takes knight seriously, because a bishop pair with doubled pawns and the lack of open lines to play with that bishop pair would be an issue. I'm going to need to take after f5. That will be important. I don't want to allow my opponent to push on with pawn f4 and create a pawn wedge on the king side. So I'm going to prepare to take. So maybe in that position, queen c2 take is okay. Queen on c2 is preventing bishop takes knight. Here, if I do bishop e2 right away, maybe it's premature. So in this position, I feel like queen c2 looks okay. It's defensive. It's giving some respect to black's idea to double my pawns and play against my weak pawn structure. I could play bishop d2 as well, but maybe I don't want the bishop on d2. I don't know. That seems kind of funny. So I'm looking at queen c2 here. Is that knight on e8 gonna make my queen on c2 unhappy though later? So can it come in? I don't know. Somehow threatening to come into d4 later in the position. It's not easy for the knight to get there. So I think queen c2 looks okay. I spent too much time, so I need to speak up.
This is a very, very, very. This is a critical position. This one. It's a critical position. Because I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just winging it, I guess. Well, I need an open file for this rook. This rook is entirely useless without an open file. So the question is, how do I take back? Because if I play f5 and he takes, I don't really want to take back with the rook because it can get attacked this way and the bishop can land there. Well, is that much of a problem? I don't know. And also, I've got to be careful about f5 once again because after he takes, I have to take back with the pawn because taking back with the rook allows this knight to hop in there, perhaps. Yeah, we're good. Our plan was to go f5, so we have to stick to the plan and indeed go f5. I'm taking back this way. I feel like that's just a lot more harmonious. You can say yes. I'm making this one isolated, but think it should be fine. So we've sort of like disrupted. I don't know. I feel like now there's an easy attack on there. Perhaps I can try get my knight in there somewhere. Oh, the side attack has indeed arrived. Well, can I wrap this knife around this way before he starts instigating attack on this guy? It's a good question. Like, if required, I always have this. If required.
I mean, is my opponent threatening anything? So maybe they're gonna just blitz their F pawn down the board, you know, and maybe that's good. So bishop e2, f4, bishop to f1, f3, and the pawn made it really far. I don't know if it's a good pawn. It looks annoying, but yeah, I feel like in this position, I should move my bishop to e2. Going to h5 just runs into knight f6.
Well, that's what I was
After knight f6,
the bishop dropping back.
yeah, I don't know.
Aiming to
And
get
also, I don't
f4.
want to
So
hang my
now do
c
I play
pawn. So
f4
let's go ahead
myself?
and do that.
If the knight hops in there aiming to use this square, probably h6, and I bring my other knights out this way, but I'm sort of weakening the light squares around my king like a lot. But I think I'm going to play f4 because I don't want him to play f4 himself. And now my rook is less stupid. You can say it's less stupid. That's a good way to phrase it. It's less stupid. At least it's somewhat active. Yeah, so I've sort of improved the position of this knight somewhat. Now we have to find a way to include this other guy in the game. Probably from there. I mean, there isn't. Do I have a plan like this? Is this too innocuous? Like something like this? Perhaps it might be a bit too slow. Something like dropping this guy. Probably. Okay, now. Don't I have this? I think I'm just might. And now we sort of have a good position, no? I don't see why we don't have a good position. Now I don't really mind e6, but I think e6 has to come with some preparation. Because this one gets weak as well. Annoying, very annoying. If I play this one, the queen hops in there, and the queen plants herself there, and I just... So how about if I play this to stop the queen from heading there, then I get my knight out? Is that too stupid? I don't think so. I mean, we've done a lot of like dumb stuff so far, so I guess we just have to carry on. So my idea with this move is to stop a check on there and to be able to get my knight out in the game. Perhaps I might just sack something on there. I just might sack something on there. If the bishop, I was about to say if the bishop comes there, I was considering like an exchange sacrifice. Wait, what? Do I have a check there? He takes. I take back. It looks a bit suspicious. Do I have to include a6, b5? I don't know. I think that's too slow. Ideally, I would like this knight there. How do I achieve it? It's probably to move this bishop somewhere and get this knight around, up and around, and then plant it on there. So the question is, where do I want to move this guy? Probably there or there. I like it more there because it seems to be a lot more flexible, but I think there, so I can get this knight around this way. Because the knight going to its natural score on f6, I don't really see its prospects. Where can the knight actually go? Wait, I might have a check on there though. That's something to consider from f6. Might just have a check. But then how do I include the queen in the attack? I'm sort of liking this f6 idea now, actually. An f6, I might just have a check on there. And the question is now is how do I include the queen? e6 now, to swing the queen across this way. Yeah, I don't see a feasible way to swing this queen across. Oh, hold on a minute though. From f6, I now have the. I don't quite have that option. That's what I'm saying, because now the stuff goes there. If my queen wants to go there, his queen can come in there first. How about we just play it naturally? Bishop f6, there, no. This is critical once again. Okay, I'm going to stick to my plan of going bishop f6, knight g7 to f5. I feel like him pushing this might be a bit too dangerous, so I think that plan. Wait, bishop f6 invites him to play this, so I don't quite like it anymore. So bishop h8, but if he plays this, I don't have the option of playing h6 anymore, and the knight is gonna wrap itself around. So I think I should just go knight f6. I think knight f6 is probably the most natural square for the knight. That was the plan of me playing this anyway, so I think knight f6 is a lot more. Now it gives me ideas of probably a sack on there.
Rook. Okay, so instead we got the knight coming in.
The question now is, haven't sacked the piece on there, how do I
here,
include the queen?
I don't know. Bishop to f4
I seem to,
is an idea here.
Wait, hold on a minute though. I can indeed go there, because after knight f6, after knight g4 check, if he takes, I take back, for example, say the king goes back, my queen has just enough.
Another idea is knight to e4.
My rook is pretty active on there, and it blocks away everything that's happening.
Okay, so suppose there is knight to g4 check, pawn takes, and then
so it may seem
knight check, king back to g1. How does my opponent get up and over with their queen is a question. I mean, they got queen retreats to e8, and then the queen is coming up and around to try to mate me on h2. I suppose in that position I would have a move like rook e4, though, to try to
one day see this video and say,
defend that way. So I think in this position that wouldn't hurt me. So maybe knight g4 is a threat. I don't feel like it's a threat though. The knight e4 queen could come to f5. So I don't think that's right. So maybe bishop to f4 here. Is my opponent going to break through with a sacrificial brilliant attack? The bishop f4, knight check, pawn takes, rook takes, pawn takes. I have to be watchful
of any sort of like exchange sacrifice.
Queen takes. I don't know. I don't love it.
How I can sort of,
so here,
if it's any good. If required, I can always defend this spot.
What about bishop to g5? Bishop g5.
I'm not thinking about defending,
So
thinking about how can I
what's
attack
the idea
this
behind
guy.
bishop g5? Just take the
Well, we've
knight.
got 5 minutes now, so it's
On h6
more or
retreat.
less blitz, but we've got increment of 10 seconds,
Okay.
which does add up. That's a
Bishop
lot.
e3
So it's his
threatens
move now.
bishop
I'm
takes
thinking
c
knight
pawn.
knight
That's
f to
interesting.
g4 check. Say he
Bishop
takes, I
e3.
take back. My plan is
Bishop
simple. I want
f5
to
looks
go
weird. It's
down
too
there.
obvious. I
Can
want to
he
take
stop
his
it?
knight. Isn't he going to stop it?
I guess
And
that's what
then
we're gonna
maybe
need to
knight
find out. If he
check
doesn't
is
take, say
dangerous
he
for me.
goes
Pawn
there,
takes. I got rook
then what
takes.
to do?
And then my king's cracked open like a can. Knight check. I don't like it. So I don't like bishop
Can I
f4
just go batshit
here.
insane and just sack something on there? Say the queen takes back. What's my follow up? I go I go back this way. Now I only have one knight. So what am I even doing?
Yeah,
Wake up.
maybe bishop g5 is okay.
Yeah. What am I doing?
What I
There
really want to do
check.
is
There we
trade
check.
some pieces.
Say he
Rook
doesn't
takes
take. Say he
knight
goes back. There.
is a positional sack, but I don't think it's very good.
Probably like this.
And rook
Nope,
takes knight.
just chops it off.
I
I
don't
know.
what?
I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm out of my territory. I wanted to play
Do I have anything tangible
Benoni,
after
and
rook
I ended
takes
up playing
knight?
a King's Indian.
That's it. Okay, I do
And
need to trade
this is probably my first time
some
ever
wood here.
just playing the King's Indian. I'm not
So
well versed in this opening at all. I've seen a few games of like
not sure
Tal
of
and
putting my bishop out in
Fischer,
no man's land on
but it's one thing
g5. Is
watching
that
someone do
great?
something and
So
another thing
maybe
doing it
bishop to
yourself. Like for
d2 is a
example, I've
better
watched
idea.
Ronaldo or
Bishop d2.
Messi. They've done amazing things. For
Okay, we
example,
got to
like
speed up.
this, they shoot
So bishop
a free
d2.
kick from like God knows how
Knight
far,
check.
and it goes into the net. It doesn't mean when I shoot it myself, I'm gonna be able to like put it in the net. So because you watch someone do something over and over again, it's not necessarily a guarantee that you can do it yourself. So I've seen a lot of games of like Fischer and Tal and Kasparov in the King's Indian, but I'm not sure. Well, I am sure that I won't be able to apply the King's Indian principles as they did, and whatever I'm doing here, I'm surprised I haven't lost yet. The fact he's thinking, okay, I thought he was thinking. This move seems a bit loosening. No, I think he was calculating the possibilities. I also think giving away my light squared bishops are sort of like hampered me from doing anything. Honestly, I don't think you get rid of that bishop in the King's Indian, is it? Because this one, yes, it's great, but is it really great though? Okay, I want to go there. I want to go there. Now h5. I'm just thinking about this idea. Does it work? I don't really like this knight being there, honestly, because my queen is sort of stuck to protect this diagonal. Do I have a batshit insane move like something like nope? Yeah, that you do not have. So if his bishop is going there, I'm sort of happy about that actually, because then my idea of check and wrapping this rook around might just not be stupid as it would be. So let me make a preparatory move, like a flexible move like this, to open up the possibility of getting this one across. Or I could use this open file as well and put some pressure on there. But King h8, with the bishop going there, I don't know. I don't know about that one. Because this rook has done its job so far on this file. I think there isn't really much to well, you never say never, is it? So I'm thinking of a flexible move like this, with the idea of getting this one around this way, and all my forces essentially are on the king side, and I'm sure I should be able to. I should have something. It should something should sort of like emanate, because he's got just this one defending the king side. Okay, I've got no time on the clock. If he's gonna go there, that's not a move I'm afraid of. That is not a move I am afraid of, unfortunately. Should I be? I guess we'll find out. So I've got all my pieces on the king side. See how this goes for me.
Very tempting, though, to be honest. My opponent will sack back the pawn, surely. But this could be a good idea here. I don't have a lot of time, so I'm going to go for it. Why did I do this? I guess I believed my opponent had something, and I want to make sure that I don't get mated. And now, how good is their bishop? It really sucks. So let's see. What do I got here? So bishop to d3, pawn breaks, knight takes, bishop takes. And yeah, bishop here, pawn takes, knight takes, bishop takes. There we go. Yeah, let's just do that. So here we go.
Wait,
Bishop here.
What batshit insane move is this? Does he want to take on there? He's gonna take on there, perhaps, or he's trying to plan something on there. How about I play e6 now? E6 now isn't looking too dumb, actually. I don't know. Okay, that exchange sack has sort of taken away all the ideas I had in the position. This bishop is terrible, man. It's that bishop's ass. It's no good. Yeah, this one is coming. I have to prepare against that move. In a way that sort of defends this one. So am I gonna go king h8 first? If he goes there, good question. What to do if he goes there? If he wants the exchange, I could give him back, no? Or can I push this one? If he takes with the knight, for example, I take back, he takes this way. That doesn't look too dumb, is it? I push, he takes, I take back. If he takes with the bishop, I'm happy. Yeah, because I can't really find a good way to stop him from doing this. Okay. This is, whatever I'm doing here is incredibly sus. It's as sus can be. Okay, now I'm gonna go e6. Now I like e6. Finally, we've achieved it. I missed the check. You see, I'm starting to blunder. I'm starting to blunder stuff now. This isn't good. This isn't a good start, Monsieur. We are starting to make some silly blunders. Yeah, this game, I'm not sure how instructive this game is going to be. Oops. Oops, oops, oops. Ay, ay, ay. This one is coming, isn't it? Starting to make some silly moves now. Hold on, though. Do I have this? If he's gonna take on there, then I mean, what to do? If the king goes there, now I'm just so the exchange sack in the end was good. I'm just going to lose, isn't it? Yeah, that idea of playing e4 wasn't good, but I was low on the clock. I couldn't find anything else. Yeah, he plays it. He plays it. Of course he does, because that's why he's whatever rating he is. He finds the idea. Hold on though. Can I wrap this one? Ah, too slow. I can go there though. I can go there. Harass some of these guys. I could win this one. Do I want to go there? I don't. Oh yeah. My pieces are gonna be a bit. That rook is gonna be very offside after a check on there, and he takes this one. That's a rook that's very offside. Offside rook. But I'm gonna try complicate the game as much as I can. Not sure how far that's possible, but I'm gonna try to do my best to make some complications. Just place this, no? Yeah, I'm indeed messing this up, which is no shock. Do I go there now? He takes, I take back. Just down another one. Yeah, this isn't good. But we have to fight. We have to fight as much as we can. We have to fight back as much as we can. We have to put up a good fight as much as we can. Yeah, that opening I played was horrible. Like I feel like I don't know. I'll see it at the end of the game. I don't want us start to make excuses, which aren't which are not the case. Obviously, it could be the opening. It probably isn't. I'm just very bad. Should I just resign? I don't know. I probably should. This isn't really much to be done anymore. But we have to fight, isn't it? We have to fight. We have to put up a good fight. How did this get so bad, man?
Really a one result game at this point. So I can check, one push. So check if he comes forward, then G4 check, forward, and then rook takes H, and then he's lost. So he should come back. And now let's just slowly advance those pawns. Slowly. Rook up first, king up first. No. Let's do this one first. And maybe this one next. And no disrespect to my opponent, but I think he should resign here. This is not a position you can hold. If it was a rook versus rook and a pawn or something like that, or rook and 4 versus rook and 3, I mean, play it out, right? But in this position here, it's not that. Let's fix the pawns. And here, I guess we kind of just wait and wait for something concrete. Okay, so check, doesn't do anything. Play this one. Check, my king goes to f5. And, well, that exchange sack was the catalyst in this game. So, I feel like guy's gonna play to the end. Okay. So, come on. Create a passer. If I come forward my king, what's the point? You know, sidestep, and then what? So maybe just create the passer. My king can still hide behind the pawns, right? Right. So I'll have the g6 square where I can hide. And now what? Not much I can do with that c pawn at the moment, but it's insurance in case I mess it up. You know, I feel like I'm just going to drive the h pawn all the way though. And I can keep on going with that h pawn. And who's going to stop me? Okay, threatening to queen now, and then take the rook with a check. And all right.